What if I told you that the entire modern world, World War I, the fall of empires, and the death of millions, was caused by a sandwich? Imagine a single moment, a flash of unimaginable, almost cosmic bad luck that didn't just alter a day, but rerouted the entire course of the 20th century. What if I told you that the cataclysm that consumed the globe, the rise and fall of empires, the invention of modern warfare, the death of nearly 40 million souls, the very foundations of the world we live in, was all precipitated by a sandwich? It is, without a doubt, one of the most incredible, most absurd stories in all of human history. The legend speaks of a failed assassination attempt, a depressed, hungry teenage revolutionary, and a coincidence so statistically impossible it feels like a badly written Hollywood script. But here is the critical distinction. The infamous sandwich story might be a charming historical lie, but the truth, the actual sequence of catastrophic blunders that followed, is somehow even more mind-bendingly, tragically crazy. The date is June 28, 1914. The place is Sarajevo, the capital of the Austro-Hungarian province of Bosnia and Herzegovina. The guest of honor is Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, visiting on a mission to project imperial power and stability. Waiting for him along the river embankment road are 7 young men, 7 Serbian nationalist assassins, members of a group called the Black Hand. But their professionalism, to put it mildly, was lacking. The stage was set, the bomb was ready, and the plan was simple. But the reality was chaos. The first assassin, overcome with nerves, simply failed to act. The motorcade passes. The second assassin, a printer named Nedeljko Čebrinović, manages to throw his bomb, a crude hand grenade. But in his panic, he forgets one vital detail: the 10-second fuse. The bomb bounces off of the Archduke's car and explodes harmlessly behind him, crippling the third vehicle in the procession. The Archduke is shaken, but completely unharmed. Čebrinović swallows a cyanide pill, which only makes him violently sick, and jumps into the river, which is only 4 inches deep. The rest of the assassins scatter. The plot has failed. The Archduke is safe. The day, it seems, is saved. The entire future of Europe has, for a moment, dodged its grim fate. Among the scattering plotters is a 19-year-old high school dropout named Gavrilo Princip. He hears the explosion, he sees the chaos, and he assumes, correctly, that the mission is over. The police are swarming. The Archduke has sped away. Princip, frustrated and humiliated by the failure, walks away from the scene of the chaos, defeated. The opportunity is gone. So where does a 19-year-old nationalist assassin whose attempt to spark a revolution has just ended in embarrassing failure go? He drifts toward the city center, away from the planned route, away from the police, and eventually he finds himself on a relatively quiet side street, Franz Josef Street. It's here, on this nondescript corner, that history, having just pulled back from the brink, is about to trip over its own shoelaces. Now we arrive at the most famous part of the story, the legend, the one you'll read in countless history books and popular articles, claims that a hungry, depressed Princip wanders into Moritz Schiller's delicatessen to buy a sandwich. He's standing there, perhaps eating a cevapi or some local delicacy, when he looks up and sees the motorcade of the Archduke Franz Ferdinand right in front of him. A hungry assassin meets his target over a cheese sandwich.
But historians have a massive, inconvenient problem with this delicious narrative. Food historians point out that the modern sandwich, bread with cold cuts specifically as a portable meal, wasn't a common item in 1914 Bosnia. While Princip was definitely on that street, he was likely just standing there, perhaps regrouping, perhaps waiting for a friend who was supposed to be a lookout. The sandwich is almost certainly a myth, a detail that makes the absurdity of the moment just a little easier to swallow. But what happened next, the critical, history-shattering coincidence, is 100% meticulously documented fact.
After the bombing, the Archduke arrives at the town hall furious. He demands that his schedule be altered. They will not continue the parade. Instead, they will visit the hospital to check on the wounded aide. This requires a change of route. They must avoid the crowded main road and head directly to the hospital via a different street. The officials debate the new route. The head of security relays the change to the motorcade leader, but crucially, nobody remembers to tell the Archduke's driver, a man named Leopold Loika. He pulls away from the town hall and drives straight down the original route, heading away from the hospital. He takes a sharp, unexpected right turn onto a narrow side street. He has turned onto Franz Joseph Street. The general in the passenger seat, an appalled Podierek, shouts the fatal words, "Wrong way! Go back! We're going the wrong way!" The driver slams on the brakes to correct his mistake. He is in a massive, heavy, early model car, and it stalls. The car is sitting dead still. It has stalled. It has no reverse gear. And purely by the confluence of a failed bombing, a schedule change, a communication error, and a confused driver, the Archduke's car has stopped exactly 5 feet away from Gavrilo Princip, the assassin who had given up for the day. Princip, stunned, can't believe his unimaginable luck. He draws a pistol, steps onto the car's running board, and fires 2 shots into the stalled vehicle. The first hits Archduke Franz Ferdinand in the jugular. The second tragically hits his wife, Duchess Sophie, who was shielding him. Within minutes, they are dead. Princip is immediately seized. The world is unaware of the magnitude of the exchange. Whether Princip was eating a fictional sandwich or simply standing on the wrong corner at the wrong moment, the outcome remains the same. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand was not the cause of World War I. The great powers were already armed and waiting, but the 2 shots fired by Gavrilo Princip were the spark that ignited the tinder. A simple wrong turn by a confused driver didn't just end 2 lives, it ended the world as they knew it and ushered in the bloodiest century in human history.
Subscribe for the stories that prove history is stranger and more fragile than fiction.